Hello everyone, this is Jeremy and you are watching Retro Fat. Welcome back. Today we are watching the 8th episode overall, 4th episode of Season 2, The Dinner Test. This episode was directed by Howard Storm, written by Rich Reinhardt, and initially aired on November 18th, 1988. This episode is one that a lot of people remember because of a pretty notable guest star, Matthew Perry, playing Ed, or Bill, depending on how you choose to look at that. I do want to say one thing very quickly about last episode I did, which was Voice of God. This was pointed out after the fact. I just completely, I didn't notice. The Wikipedia, which is where I get most of my who directed, who wrote, and air date information, was incorrect. And I reported that it was directed by Frank Bonner, and it was not. Voice of God was directed by Nancy Haydorn, and I hope I'm saying her last name correctly. So my apologies for that. I'm going to start checking my work from now on. You shouldn't always trust Wikipedia, clearly. So in this episode, this is the dinner test. As I said, one of the more popular episodes, I think, among fans. It's certainly one that I enjoy. I'm a little sad because we only have 2 episodes left and then we're caught up. So we have 2 more episodes with non-syndicated material back in. And then we're going to start doing reruns, which I'm going to do because I love the show and I want to keep it going. And here's where I hope to get more of you involved. Some of you have already said, yes, you're definitely on board with doing some viewings and reactions with me. I would love to get more of the cast and creators and writers and crew involved as well. So fingers crossed that maybe eventually we can get more of the Lubbocks watching some Just the 10 of Us with us. I know from the ones I interact with on social media that there's still a lot of love for Just the 10 of Us in this group, and I think that is fantastic. But enough from me. Let's get to the episode.
Like I said, Skylar, one of the reasons Mrs. Lubbock and I invited you over to dinner tonight is that we like to meet a boy before he takes one of our daughters out on a date. It's sort of a Lubbock family tradition.
Yeah, Cindy filled me in. This is like, it's like a test to see if I'm okay, right?
A test? Isn't that ridiculous?
Oh, no, Skylar, this is just a relaxed way of getting to know each other.
Hi. Sorry I'm late, but there was a sale on at the mall, and you know me and shopping. Oh, my God, the dinner test.
Cindy, would you introduce your guest to your sister?
No.
Cindy.
Wendy, this is Skylar Simpson.
Yo, Sky.
Sky wants to take Cindy out to a party Saturday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. Ow! A wholesome evening of mild diversion.
Yes, sports fans, he choked with the bases loaded. And
JR, would you mind giving Mr. Microphone a rest?
So what you're saying, Sky, is that this party's not going to be as wild as the ones you usually go to?
Oh, no. Yes. You know, we'll do a little dance and drink a little punch.
Get down tonight.
Yeah, little babe.
Sky loves kids. And dogs.
Oh, my goodness, I've forgotten the milk. Would one of you girls get the carton from the kitchen, please?
Hey, I like these garbanzo beans. They look just like little butts.
Poor Cindy. Well, maybe next time she'll pick a guy who could eat with utensils. Why didn't somebody tell me we were having the dinner test tonight?
We didn't know.
No one did.
until Dad found out Cindy's gonna meet Sky at a frat party. Oh, he'll be lucky if he leaves here alive.
Yeah. I want to see Dad throw this guy out on his firm young buttocks. That's just the way I feel.
Uh-huh. So you like to think of each babe as somebody's sister?
Yeah, I do, sir.
Well, young man, I think I put you through enough pain.
Oh, yeah. No.
Well, you were right. This was sort of a test to see whether you were worthy to take Cindy out. And, well, golly gosh darn, I'll just have to say it. You passed.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, you passed the test with flying colors.
Anyone for milk?
Over here. Sky just passed the test.
Yeah, fill her up.
You know, I think this occasion calls for something a little stronger than milk. Sky, how about a brewski?
Oh, great. I love beer.
A few things. I love that there were multiple, I don't say bottles, boxes of milk, quarts of milk in the fridge for each each of the sisters to bring one back. One of my and I remember this from the 80s, that he likes the garbanzo beans because they look like little butts, and that's just one of those funny things that is like planted itself in my subconscious for decades now. I also have to comment on how physically on top of each other Graham and Elizabeth were. They were just sitting so close. Obviously, they had to get in the frame, I'm sure. Plus, there are 10 people around that table. I don't think I saw baby Melissa in there. But they were so close, I could not imagine eating in such close quarters with somebody like they were. One thing I'm always curious about on shows like this, which, you know, it's the literal fourth wall, not the metaphysical fourth wall, like, you know, joking with the audience. But we see the wall that is normally gone so that the audience can see into the living room. And whenever we would see Marie and Connie, that side of the table, there's a wall there. And I just always enjoy things like that. And I'm also curious, like, how is this done? Is there, I mean, I can only assume there's a literal fourth wall that they bring in when the studio audience isn't there to film in these kind of shots. Something I'm curious about. Anyone who knows more than me, I would love to hear your thoughts.
It's a race and I know I can win it, 'cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can stay on the ball, take it minute by minute, I just might make the Hall of Fame. What can I say? I'm doing it the best I can, leaning on nobody but me. Oh, seeing it from where I stand, nothing comes easy. At the end of every one of my days, a house with all of the bases that keeps me doing it the best I can. Yeah, I'm doing it the best I can. I'll keep on doing it the best I can.
It's just not fair. Every time I find a guy I want to have a meaningful relationship with, Dad throws him out on his ear.
You never took anatomy, did you?
I mean, so what if Sky spent time in a reform school? He got out on good behavior. Good behavior.
I know. I read his tattoo.
I mean, no one else our age has to go through the stinking dinner test. We'll all be old maids before we can find guys who can please Dad.
Not me. I'm going to marry Carl Sagan.
Isn't he a little old?
You're right. Make that Tom Cruise.
You're awfully quiet.
I'm grieving for your loss.
No, this has nothing to do with that felon I brought home. You are hiding something. What?
Well, I wasn't shopping today. I was walking home from school, minding my own business, when all of a sudden I heard this terrible tire screech behind me. So I turned around, and there he was. Candy apple red 5-liter V8, rally tune suspension, and a custom rear end.
Oh! What was he driving?
He was driving me up the wall. His name is Bill something, and he works at the car lot across from the mall. He's gorgeous, and he gets to drive his pick of any car on the lot.
Wait, he works? He doesn't go to school?
Well, why would a 23-year-old go to school?
He's 23? He's not a guy, he's a man. I know, the man's needs. I
He asked me to go to the drive-in tomorrow night.
know. Wow. Wait, he'll never pass Dad's dinner test.
That's why you're keeping your mouth shut. And I'm sneaking out tomorrow night. Whatever his needs are, I'm going out with Bill.
Bill who?
Oh, a friend of Cindy's.
And you're going out with him? Who's Wendy going out with? Bill something.
All right! Dad! Wendy's got another date for you!
I was 10 in 1988. And then I was a teenager when I watched this on USA in the 90s. And I think I even commented on this last time we watched this, the grainy syndicated version. I don't remember as a child being bothered by the notion that 16-year-old Wendy was asked out by a 23-year-old man. Today, that strikes me as very gross. Now, 23 and 30, sure. 16, minor. She's super illegal. And obviously, Graham would not go with this in any way, shape, or form. Hence, what's about to happen. But, yeah. It's icky. I don't like the way it makes me feel. It's gross.
Oh, sorry I'm late. I didn't know where the library was.
Let's get started. We don't have much time to find him.
Find who?
The guy that's gonna pass the dinner test tonight.
Yeah, but you told Mom and Dad that you were bringing Bill home for dinner.
I am. I'm looking for somebody to pretend to be Bill. Somebody that Dad will think is safe for me to go out with.
We should go to a cemetery.
Now, look for somebody that's really into this book stuff.
What, him?
Get real, Cindy. If I brought him home, Dad would know that I'm trying to pull something. He's got to be a dork, but not too much of a dork. Somebody that would go out with Connie.
Oh, gotcha.
Too hot.
Too cold.
We're talking polar ice cap.
How about him?
Short hair, pants with a fresh crease. Maybe. What's he looking up?
Quantum mechanics. Good to know about cars.
Grab him.
Hi. Do you have the time?
For what?
The time.
Oh. Oh, it's 3:30.
Nice watch.
Roman numerals.
Yeah, my dad gave it to me for my birthday.
Pens in his pocket.
There's no buttons missing.
Do you wear glasses?
No.
Could you?
Huh?
I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm Wendy Lubbock, and this is my sister Cindy.
I know. I'm Ed.
Oh, Ed. That's one of my favorite names. It's so easy to spell.
Well,
May I call you Bill?
You can call me anything if you keep talking to me.
Cindy, I told you he was smart.
He's brilliant.
Thanks.
So how'd you like to go on a pretend date with me?
Sure. You want to go out again?
Cute. Now we have to teach you what my dad likes to hear.
Why?
So he'll let you go out with Wendy.
Yeah, well, I thought this was kind of a pretend date.
It is Bill.
Get with it, Ed.
I don't know how old Matthew Perry is here, but clearly his comedic timing was already pretty strong. Ed is funny. I loved, if you go back, if you didn't pay attention, watch his face, especially whenever he realizes what a stupid thing he said about the Roman numerals. Like, you can just almost see him cringing as he's realizing, here are these two attractive girls talking to me, and I'm talking about my dad giving me a watch. It's really funny. I love the pretend date. That is hysterical. Because he just sits there and then he smiles like halfway through the date. And he's like, hey, good date, one another. Excellent. I loved it. It's... Matthew Perry is very funny. I would have liked to have seen more of Ed. I'm sorry we only got him in this one episode. We get 2 episodes with Joey later, but only one with Chandler.
Here we go.
There's nothing like the prospect of a battle to the death to boost the old appetite.
You enjoy these little tests, don't you?
Elizabeth, you think I enjoy cutting down a healthy young man in his prime, exposing the chinks in his armor and the clay in his feet?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're wrong. There was no enjoyment in this for me whatsoever. Showtime!
Bill, come in.
These are for you.
Oh, Bill, you're so thoughtful. Nice touch.
That's Wendy's date?
He's so normal.
Exactly.
Coming to meet the family. Hi, this is Cindy. You haven't met her before.
Right. Nice not meeting you.
These are my other sisters, Marie, Connie, this is Sherry, and my brother, JR. Hi.
Hi.
Dad, this is my date for tonight. Bill.
So, you're Bill.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Mm. Uh-huh.
Is something wrong?
Well, now, that's what we're here to find out now, aren't we? So, Bill, I see you're right on time.
Oh, yes, sir. Punctuality is a habit.
Oh, you probably jam your foot on the accelerator whenever you're running late, right?
Oh, no, not after what happened to me last summer.
Golly, I hope you weren't in an accident.
Oh, no, I won a commendation from the National Council of Safe Drivers.
Way to go, Bill.
Yeah, nice going.
Oh, so this must be Bill. I'm Wendy's mother. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to...
Wait.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Lubbock.
Thank you. So, Bill, you're so normal.
Thank you.
That's why he's here.
So, Bill, have a seat. Mi casa es su casa.
Oh, gracias. Es muy generoso.
He said thank you.
Wendy, see if your guest would like a roll.
Roll, Bill?
Thank you.
Premium spread?
Thank you. Excuse me, but at my house we usually say grace before meals. Would you mind if I said it now?
Uh-huh.
If you can.
I'll give it a try. Benedicamus Deus, pro omnibus beneficius. Tuis qui vivat et regnat in secula seculorum. Ora pro nobis et pro patria nostra.
Okay, so you won the stinking Buckminster Scholarship Award 3 years running. Any doofus can get good grades.
Damn, could you keep it down? I just got the babies to sleep. Oh, and Bill, Frere, and Jacques work like a charm.
I'm glad.
Oh, your little sisters are very lucky to have you at home.
Okay, but my point is that an education is fine. But the real challenge in this world is how to earn a buck.
Oh, sir, I have to disagree with you.
Bill?
Well, I just think that there are more important things than making a lot of money.
What are you planning to be? A poet?
No, my goal is the most noble calling imaginable. It's your job, sir, a teacher. The satisfaction of opening up new vistas for young people far outweighs any monetary compensation. Don't you agree, sir?
Yeah, it's a miracle a day. But the
Fran,
point...
could I talk to you in the kitchen for a moment?
Not now, Elizabeth. If you really... Ow!
You're doing great. Keep it up.
Thanks.
It almost makes me sad seeing how into Wendy he is. And right now she is just using him. However, he's nailing it. I love that Graham is coming at him so hard. That's pretty funny. But Ed keeps... I don't want to say he's not putting Graham in his place, but he's shooting down every fear that Graham has. And the miracle a day line was pretty funny. That was a good one.
Graham, honey, we have a slight problem. There's not enough food.
Why not?
Well, no boy's ever made it past the salad before. I didn't bother to make him any chicken.
Well, I better haul out the big guns. Give me the chicken.
Will you really show me how to use an electron microscope?
Sure, I show my little sister, and she's half your age.
Don't let this guy get away.
Oh, I won't.
So, Bill, I hope you like chicken.
I love it.
Good, good. Now, what does a red-blooded American boy like yourself prefer to sink his teeth into? Leg or breast?
Wing.
This is going great.
I know. Ed is the perfect Bill.
Wendy, do me a favor. Next time I need a boy to pass Dad's dinner test, could I borrow him?
Cindy, think a minute.
Okay. Now what?
Mom and Dad already know him as Bill.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to think up a whole new name for him.
All right, Wendy, what gives?
What do you mean?
I know this guy isn't Bill. He's Ed something.
Who told you?
No one. I looked inside his wallet. It fell out while I was going through his coat.
Okay, here's the story. His name is Ed, and he's pretending to be Bill because if Dad met the real Bill, he wouldn't let me anywhere near him. So please, oh please don't say a word.
So that means you're not interested in Ed, right?
Ed? No.
Great, because I want to have his children.
Wendy, I owe you an apology.
For what? For Bill. You like him too?
Right down to his soul. And all this time, I thought you were a born flirt with no taste in man. But the very fact you could bring someone home like Bill proves you're not nearly the slut bucket I thought you were. I meant that as a compliment.
Keep in mind, this is 1988. And this TGIF show, not literally TGIF, that didn't actually start till the next year, but it's Friday night programming after Mr. Belvedere, after I think maybe even Full House, and one of our main characters, the most pure of the daughters, in fact, uses the phrase slut bucket. This show is perfect on almost every level. I don't know how they got away with some of the stuff they got away with, and it amazes me. And that is so tame for some of what is coming later. To this day, Blessed Be the Fudge Packers is still, I think, hysterical. I don't think that's the exact quote, but those of you who've been around, you know what I'm referring to. The show is amazing.
Graham, how long are you going to stay out here?
I'm thinking. This guy's slick. He's got to be hiding something.
Oh, honey, why don't you just give up and admit he's a nice boy?
He was really all that nice. Why would Wendy be interested in him? Where'd she even meet a guy like that? Aha! That's it. Elizabeth, how long are you going to stay out here?
Lubbock, this pie is wonderful.
Yeah. So, Bill, how did you and Wendy meet each other?
Oh, we met in the library.
The library?
Yes, sir.
Wendy, what in God's name were you doing in the library? And don't anyone else say a word. Well, Wendy, I'm waiting.
Well, I was in the library because, I was there for detention.
So close. So you're saying that World War I was wrong? The war to end all wars? What about World War II? Or Korea? Were those wrong too? What were you doing in the Vietnam War?
I was in daycare.
Yeah, well, a lot of kids took the easy way out. No, Elizabeth. Let's talk about Teddy Roosevelt and the building of the Panama Canal.
Oh, Graham, enough.
What?
I believe the test is over.
Huh?
Go on, tell him.
How'd I do?
You were wonderful.
Yeah.
Bill, son, you passed the test.
I did? Thank you, Coach Lubbock. Thank you.
No, thank you. You're really a pretty solid guy, isn't he? Come on, let's give him some credit.
Yes!
You know, I think this calls for a celebration. How about a little sherry?
Excuse me?
I meant a drink.
Oh, sir, I can't. I'm underage. I have to just say no.
What's the matter? You see a cop around here? One little snort won't hurt. Put some hair on your chest. What are you, chicken?
Coach Lubbock, I'm sorry. I don't drink. Ever.
I can take out my daughter.
Pardon?
I said you can take out my stinking daughter. All right, so we passed. Let's not make a federal case out of it.
Well, young man, you could take out any of our daughters.
Thanks, but I really only want to take out Wendy.
Well, she's yours. Enjoy.
Well, thank you very much for everything, Mrs. Lubbock.
Oh, no, thank you. We loved having you. Didn't we, girl?
Yeah!
Didn't we, Graham?
Yeah, it was a thrilling minute.
Well, good night. Enjoy the movie.
We will.
We sure did.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome.
Oh, you were great, especially that part when my mom said that you could take out any one of her daughters, and you said, I only want to take out Wendy. Oh, that was beautiful.
It was true.
Oh, you can break character now. Oh, my God. It's almost VIII. We just have time for you to drive me to the place where I'm meeting Bill, so let's go.
I don't like when people nitpick things. Like that YouTube channel Movie Sins is one of my least favorite spots on the internet. But I do have to do a little bit of nitpicking here. Earlier in this episode, Elizabeth said no boy had ever made it past the salad before. We know that Wendy and Cindy, at least, very least Wendy and Connie, in fact, have dated before. I guess what I'm curious is what makes a boy need to do the dinner test versus just getting to go out on a date with one of the girls. I said, I'm not going to dig into this too much. I'm not trying to unravel the thread of a sitcom, but it did occur to me, like, where's the line here? What differentiates, yeah, you can go out, have fun, versus full-blown dinner test?
So what time's this guy Bill supposed to meet you anyway?
8 o'clock.
Maybe he's not going to show up.
Well, after what we went through, we better.
Oh, yeah, right. What?
When you told that story about how you helped your little sister win her merit badge in first aid, I nearly busted out laughing. I mean, how corny can you get?
Yeah, I just made that up. So, how long have you known this guy, Bill?
Oh, I just met him yesterday. This is our first date.
Great! I mean, I hope you have a great date.
You hope?
Boy, we sure made a great team, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
And just think, it would be okay with your parents if you and I went out together sometime.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
Oh, about what?
A date sometime?
You and I?
Yeah.
Would it be in this car?
If I could borrow a better one.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, it might be fun. When?
Hey, babe, ready to roll?
Yeah, in a minute. Well, thanks, Ed. See ya!
That scene was appropriately sad Not just because Ed likes Wendy and would actually like to go out on a date with her. But Wendy was, I think she was genuine. I don't think she was lying when she said, yeah, maybe when. I think she might have actually entertained the notion of going out with Ed. Wendy is presented simultaneously very superficial at times and also is very layered. She's a very layered character at times. And I feel like this would have been some of her empathy, some of her actually wanting to have a real connection with a guy coming out. I'm sad we didn't get more seasons to have kept exploring this.
Do I love you? What do my eyes tell you?
Oh, how can you two watch this? That Alexis woman is so shallow and manipulative.
I like to see how the other half lives.
Oh, hi, honey. Gee, you're home early.
I know the movie wasn't very good. What was Bill like? He was like he was when you met him tonight at dinner? Oh, yeah.
So you didn't have a good time, huh?
It was all right.
Jeannie seemed so nice at dinner. Well, Melissa and I are up past our bedtime, huh, honey? Night, Connie. Night, Cindy. Night, Alexis. I mean, Wendy.
Night, Mom.
Night, Mom.
Okay, what was the date like, really?
I told you. It was a bummer.
Come on, this isn't Mom you're talking to. I want the truth.
The second Bill and I got to the drive-in, he started pawing me like crazy.
Gee, and he seemed so nice at dinner.
You never met him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. I thought he had class. I mean, he drove a Corvette, for God's sake.
Wendy, did you ever think that maybe your date turned out badly because you picked guys for superficial reasons? Like what kind of cars they drive?
Yeah, Connie's right.
Well, how else would you judge a guy?
By the really important qualities, like his hair, his eyes, and whether his clothes have designer labels and if they fit really tight.
Oh, forget it. Just forget it. Look, if you're going to let a great guy like Ed slip through your fingers, then there's no way I can make you understand, even if I talk until the cows come home.
A lot you know. We didn't even have cows.
You know, Ed did kind of grow on me.
Yeah, he was kind of cute in a dorky sort of way.
And I barely even noticed that he drove a 63 VW with a stock engine, bad valves, and a blown muffler. Maybe Connie's right.
Huh?
I mean, maybe I have been making superficial judgments about guys going for flash instead of substance. I mean, maybe my whole approach to life is wrong. Or maybe I'm just a little tired and I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
That ending makes me wonder how much more does Elizabeth know than she really lets on. I suspect that she knew that Ed was a plant, that she did not meet Bill. And we learn in another episode that, as she says, it's not parents against kids, it's men against women. And maybe I'm even wondering, does she think that Graham is perhaps too strict with these rules that he inflicts on their daughters? And she's like, if there are times that I can just turn a blind eye, I might. Now, we know Elizabeth is not a pushover of a parent. She wants what's best. But I also think she wants her children to have lives in a way that maybe their dad doesn't. Just a thought. One more episode next week in 2 weeks rather, we have Coach's Court, which is almost always at the top of everyone's like favorite Just a Ten of Us list. So that'll be a fun one. We'll see what was included, or rather was removed from syndication. And this one, I think a lot of the scene in the library where Wendy and Cindy were like talking about the guys, I feel like that was cut for syndication. One more to go, and then we're going to try something new. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for supporting Just the 10 of Us, and I will see you next time.